In today's video, I'm showing you the easy and simple steps that I took to get from looking like this to a glow up like this. These steps are going to help you if you're looking for a routine that you can use for your everyday makeup. My name is Vanessa Awe and this is the VAMA Beauty channel.
How you got me treading on you now.
Today's comment winner is Florencia Guerra, and she says, viewing from VAMA Fam, excited for you and your channel. Maybe an everyday quick makeup look for work/school. Thank you, Florencia, and congrats on being this week's comment winner. Leave a comment below on a video that you would like me to record. That way you can also be featured as our comment winner for our next video. I want to make sure that my hair is not in front of my face. Now we're ready to prep our skin. Put your moisturizer pushing up on the skin. And that's a really good anti-aging technique. The next step is to apply sunscreen. I'm going to be using Tatcha Silken Pore Perfecting. You want to make sure that you get this all over. So I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Prime Water and the Fenty Beauty for eyelids. There are a couple different types of primers that you can get in terms of finish. And I've chosen the spray version because it's just easy. It feels really great. I'm now taking the primer for the eyelids, and this is a clear primer by Fenty Beauty. For today, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP Ultra Fine Brow Pencil and Styler in the color dark brown. I like starting at the arch, rounding my wrist as I'm doing that. Now I'm going to fill with little strokes, following the direction of which my hairs grow naturally, making a line going 45 degrees up, and now I'm making those hair-like strokes all the way to the front. Keep in mind that they are sisters, they are not twins, so they will never be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect, especially if you have a scar like I do. I wanted to show you a comparable drugstore brand, and that would be the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. Personally, I like to use a creamy concealer for underneath the brows because it will allow me to move the product a little bit easier without it being too runny. However, if the only thing that you have available is a liquid concealer, I would just keep it on there for a few seconds before you start moving it. Are you ready for the eyes? Let's start with a gel pencil liner, and the one that I have here is by Marc Jacobs. Very gently, I'm pulling on the lash line. You start filling in, and I'm stopping like right there, so I'm not putting any product in this corner. Now I'm going to take my gel pencil liner in the color matte brown and the Ulta Beauty brand to add that definition on the waterline. I already feel like I came more alive by looking at the definition of my eyes. I'm going to be using shades like these under my brows, and I need a transition shade depending on your natural complexion. For me, transition shades would be all of this row. For someone that has a lighter complexion, these tones may work, or even these. And for deeper skin tones, this shade can work, this one as well. Using a more compact brush like the Fenty Beauty 200, I'm going to apply this first color, tap off the excess, and then place the brush directly underneath the brow. With a fluffier brush, I'm going to take one of these tones. I'm going to apply that shade on the crease, holding the brush about halfway and placing the brush on the middle area. I'm lightly going to expand the left and right motions. Because I have more of a hooded eyelid, I want to make sure that this shade is high enough. People that have hooded eyelids can sometimes place a color too far down, and what ends up happening is when you open your eyes, you really don't see the color. With whatever's left on my brush, I'm going to start sweeping that back and forth still, but going a little bit higher up. A simple tip that I have for you is to imagine there is a line between the corner of your eyebrow and the corner of your eye. You really should not have eyeshadows going past this barrier. That's because it starts weighing the eye down. It allows for a more lifted look, a more fresh look. It's a good practice to have something nearby that you can clean your brushes with. You can use a paper towel that you can wipe the excess colors in, and this will allow you to use the same brushes for other shades as well, so that you don't have a compromise in the way that your eyeshadow looks. So using the first brush, I'm going to dip into this palette, and I want a darker shade. Tap this onto the lash line. The motion that I'm doing, it's coming this way into the eye. I don't want this color to go farther out. So imagining that barrier again, that's what I am doing. I'm following that little rule in order for me to stay within the lifted look that I'm trying to create. So gently I'm pushing that shade to go a little bit higher up and meet the shade that we applied earlier on the crease. You can see that I applied it about halfway of my eye. I'm going to take that blending brush and just go over my crease again, just to ensure that everything is seamless. At this point in my application process, I can actually go straight into mascara and call it a day as far as eyeshadows, or I can actually take a highlighting color and put that into the inner corner towards the middle. For today, I'm taking more of a bronzier approach, so I'm going to dip my brush into this color. I'm going to apply that on the middle part of my lids. I wanted to meet that crease color, but not to go over on top of it. I can take this same shade and pat that all the way into the inner corner. I'm taking my gel brown liner and I'm making a little line just at the end. I'm not going to push out. I'm not drawing any cat line. I'm taking that pencil at the very end of my lash line and I am creating just a slight little line. And now with the same brush that we applied the darker shadow, I'm just going to push this to go towards the center. But I like to apply a mascara primer. I'm using the Estee Lauder Lash Primer Plus. Keep in mind that primers can leave a white coloring on your lashes, and I've actually been a victim of forgetting to put mascara on after. So yeah, I'm using Wander Beauty Unleash Volume and Curl Mascara today. Don't be afraid of mascara. Take a mirror, look down into the mirror, and now you're going to take the brush to the base of your lashes and you're going to start pulling up. I like to apply it in zigzag motion as well as just simply brushing it out. Please comment below and let me know which is your favorite mascara. Which would you recommend me to try next? Not everybody has dark circles, but these days I tend to have a little bit more than I'm used to. So for that, I'm using a Corrector by Chanel. I'm going to apply a little bit underneath my eyes in the inner corner, and this is enough product. Taking my Artiste brush, I'm going to blend this very gently. Now I am ready to apply my foundation. Because I have acne prone skin, I have the scars from a few breakouts and it's something that I battle with. So I like to have something that is more of a medium to a full coverage foundation, and I don't like it to be super matte. So for that reason, I'm going to be using the Face Tape by Tarte. The tone for this foundation is the medium tan golden. And I'm going to apply it directly onto my Artiste brush. And I'm going to do little swipies like this. Don't really use a whole lot for my forehead, but I'm gonna go ahead and just demo that for you guys. The foundation in person looks exactly like my skin tone, but in the camera at first it looks a little bit different. And this brush to me is like a life hack because it really allows you to get ready in less time. And now for concealer, I'm going to use Dose of Colors in a number 12 light medium. You can apply this directly underneath the eyes, or you can apply it with a beauty blender or a brush. And using a smaller synthetic fluffy brush, I'm blending that concealer, just going back and forth towards the nose and towards the outer corner of my eye. If you have expression lines or fine lines like I do, I would recommend using a beauty blender. I want it to collect extra product that could be sitting on top of the skin. I'm going to be using a powder puff and a pressed powder that I really like, but that I have to look for a dupe for because this is a Tom Ford Ivory Fawn translucent powder. It is amazing, but the price is also amazing. You want to look up as you're applying the powder, and you want to start underneath the eyes. I'm going back into the powder and I'm pressing on my T-zone now, around the mouth, and then I extend to the outer perimeter of the face. Next is bronzer. I'm going to use what I have available, which is the Tom Ford Terra. A good guide is just above where the ear starts, going towards the corner of the mouth. This is where I place my brush and I go down. I'm not only keeping it here as a line, but to get a more blended look, I'm going a little bit further up. The most important part of your contour tends to be the cheekbones. After this, it's a great guide in applying 3-like motion or an E. Using the same brush, I'm not going to dip back into the bronzer, but I'm going to use whatever's left on it, and I'm squeezing my brush. And I'm just going to place that on the side of my nose. I'm now taking my blush brush and I'm dipping it into the color Melba by MAC. I work my way from the back towards the front in order to get a more blended look. A good dupe for the MAC blush in Melba is the Wet n Wild in Mellow Wine. I'm using the Milk Makeup highlighter, and this is in the color Lit. I'm taking my ring finger and I'm just going to place that along the highest part of my cheek, and I'm concentrating on this little area more than anything. This will be the only area that I will highlight for today. To line my lips, I'm going to use the Real Her Cosmetics and I Am Confident. That's what we need confidence. First, I concentrate on the Cupid's bow, and then I connect towards the outer corners of the mouth. Now I'm going to create almost like a straight line at the base of the lip. Throughout the day in the makeup application, this is what I was wearing, the La Rouge Perfecto in Perfect Pink by Givenchy. So that's what's currently giving me a little bit of that pink hue. Now I'm taking the Persona lip gloss in the color Honey.
That just made my lips look a lot bigger, which I'm not going to complain, but not necessarily done on purpose. I don't think that I need bigger lips. I love my lips. Well, now, because I was teased back in the day in school for having fuller lips.
And I was silly to believe them. I was silly to believe the teasing, and I was self-conscious about my lips until way in my adult years. Now I realize how blessed I am. Whatever quirks I have, you know, things that I'm a little bit self-conscious, I just make it my own thing. To me, that's just what makes me unique, and the same for you. Whatever quirks you have, that's what makes you special. That's what makes us special. We're created and designed to be this beautiful human being. We're here blessed to have another day just having fun in makeup. Every day that has been given to us, that has been granted to us, we should make the most out of it to make those connections with people and to never lose hope, because we still have air in our lungs, and as long as we have that, we have hope. And how did this turn into that little pep talk? I have no idea, but that's what we're here for. We're here to have fun and to encourage each other. This is a completed look. I do take one step further, and that is to set my eyeliner with eyeshadow, and that really gives it more of a sultry look. Okay, so this is it. This is the final look. It's a timeless look, very easy, and you can replicate this doing minor tweaks to your skin tone and to your preferences. This is what it entails to do a basic full look of makeup, and I had such a great time doing this for you. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, especially because this was my very first tutorial that I've ever recorded for YouTube. If this video was of any value to you, would you please consider hitting the like button and joining our VAMA family by subscribing to our channel and hitting that bell notification button as well. My team and I are working on some exciting projects, including some live classes, so make sure that you're part of the VAMA Beauty family here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. Thank you so much for being a part of this family and this community, and I will see you guys soon.